Let's take a quick look at the idea of data validation. Our goal is to help assure that we get numbers that are valid or meaningful in our analysis. If we know that there are certain values that shouldn't be input, we can prevent our user from doing that. For instance, we know that standard deviations are positive numbers, 0 or positive. So if our user input a negative amount, they've made a mistake. So using data validation, we can prevent that. So let's go up here to data on the ribbon and look for data validation and select data validation. We've got some things we can do here. What are we going to allow? Well, we're going to allow, we can limit this to whole numbers, decimals, a list, dates, times. We'll get to more on the list in a minute. But let's allow any decimal, and we know that we want this to be greater than 0, so we could do a range of values. But let's see, greater than or equal to actually is what I should have said. So 0 is our minimum, and once we've set that, if our user tries to input something below 0, they've messed up. We can go over here and put in a message. Value must be greater than or equal to 0. So we say OK, and that pops up. If our user tries to, when our user selects that, if our user, for instance, were to put in minus 0.12, get a loud, very loud number there, put too many decimal places. Okay, so we're only going to get positive amounts there, and let me put in 0.12. There we go. So if we do anything else, we get an error. We could change that setting up to where it would show that message only when we had an error. Let's look at one other alternative. If we wanted to make our users choose from a list, I happen to conveniently have a list of correlation coefficients over here. So let's do that. Data validation. Let's go to select from list. And here we go. To select our source, we just highlight that. There we go. And well, last time I put an input message, we could put in an error alert, but we'll just go with that. Click OK, and now you notice we have a nice pull down list. Really easy. So our users must pick something from this list. Up here they must pick a value that's greater than or equal to 0. And that's a quick look at data validation. What we want to do again is try to stop errors before they occur.